Sephora coming through in the clutch, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this sample bag a little bit and what I use my voucher on from the Sephora cologne sampler, as they call it. No intro, let's get right into it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Court. Just another fragrance review should be sprinkling across the screen as we speak. Before we get to some business, let's get to some business. Follow me on my things at CourtMC, both on Instagram and Twitter, if anybody's still on Twitter. The real JAFR on TikTok. A few housekeeping little notes, little rules for this little community that we have here. It's like, yo, any disrespectful or just plain out rude or outlandish comments, man, listen, I'm all for, discussing fragrances, because this is what we do, this is what we love, you know what I'm saying? This is the community that we decide. So we're not all gonna agree on certain things, but what won't happen is you won't call anybody in the community, especially in the community, any names, and you definitely ain't gonna call your boy any names. You know what I'm saying? I don't handle disrespect well in the real world, but on YouTube I gotta be a little bit more, cautious, as they say. So I don't even say anything. I just delete your comment and I block you just like that. I got all day. I can do that all day long. If we were in the real world, it'd be a different story, but of course I can't on YouTube just, flat out cuss somebody out for being an asshole. So, let's keep it, respectful. Let's love each other, respect each other, man. Show each other the respect that you would want to get from somebody else out there in the internets, the interwebs, or even out in the real world, man. Just be mindful. Like, everybody has an opinion. Sometimes you just need to keep that opinion to yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, here for the first time, my name is Court. Like it says in the title, we review fragrances here, but we also talk about how to buy today, what not to buy, where to buy also today, what to wear, wash your ass, brush your teeth, because it's a full package, baby. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Go on and hit that button for me. You see it, it's probably red right now. Turn that joint gray, hit the bell so you know when I do videos like this. Again, Winston Box, code WAFS for my big dudes out there. We need clothes too, regardless of what some people say in the comments or whatnot. And don't be ashamed of loving yourself the way that you are. We all can use some improvement, but in the meantime, between time, you still gotta have something covering your butt. So Winston Box, winstonbox.com. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. Use our code at checkout, WAFS. You get 4 items and you save some money on your first box. Let's get into it. So many of y'all have seen that video by Ash at Jensen, and he talks about this joint. I'm not gonna pull it all out because it's too much of a thing. So it's the Sephora, whatever that says, favorites. There we go. Sample bag or whatever, cologne sample or whatever you want to call it. And these are all the scents that come in it. Literally all the scents that come in. I haven't tried all of them. A lot of them I've already either owned or have owned. So you get this, and it comes in this little tote bag, little, I don't know what you call this thing, little travel bag for us guys out there. You know what I'm saying? You can put all your toothbrush and your decants and whatnot if you try. So it really comes in handy, you know what I'm saying? But with the samples, it's 12 of them, you also get a voucher for a full presentation of one of the samples of your choosing. And the one that I went with was this joint. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's Tom Ford Ombre leather. Right now it's backwards for me, but it should be going the right way for y'all. So I got Tom Ford's Ombre leather. Went to Sephora yesterday. So today is Saturday. I went Friday in the rain. I said I need to go ahead and pick this up. I had been procrastinating for about maybe 2 weeks. I think I've had it for about 2 weeks. Pretty much already made my mind up what I was going to get, and went in there, grabbed this joint. Actually, the last one that they actually had in the store, because apparently everybody that got this sample or the sampler from Sephora was picking up some Ombre leather. So we're going to talk about the fragrance a little bit. We're going to talk about the sample bag, et cetera, et cetera. So this is it. You get a little 50 mil, 1.7 ounce. So that's 50 mils. Just like this. Here's the back. Always got to see the butt, right? Yeah, the front is nice, but you got to see what's going on in the back. There you go. Yeah, shake that thing. Anyway, so it's a fruit presentation. I'm actually wearing it as my scent of the day, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray a fresh spray on my arm so I can give y'all my thoughts on it while we go over the notes. Yeah. So the notes should be popping up across the screen as we speak as I let this thing dry down a little bit. So you got cardamom, you got leather because it's in the title, jasmine, you got amber and some patchouli, and there's a couple of more notes as you can see flying across the screen. But this joint, oh, man, it's just dope. It's unisex, number one. So ladies, if you like it, smell your man wearing it, he gets a sample bag, it's like, yo, I might wanna rock that. Let me go ahead and cop that, man. Go ahead, because it's unisex, man. It gets real sweet as it dries down. But in the beginning, you get hit with that leather. It's like getting a brand new leather coat. And for your old players out there, it's like busting open that box of a brand new pair of Stacey Adams. You know what I'm saying? Gonna put those on, go down to the club, got all those keys in your pockets and change and all your sodas in your van. Never mind. But this joint starts off, you get that leather right up front. Real clean leather. It's not a dirty leather. Like I said, it's like getting a brand new leather coat from the store or something like that. Then when it dries down, it's kind of sweet. That cardamom starts to come out a little bit more. That jasmine hits you, know what I'm saying? And it's just a real nice, pleasant, like, scent. Definitely think that it's probably better suited for the weather that we have now. So the colder or cooler weather. But I can't necessarily see it being a bad thing to wear in the summer. Like that first hit, like the initial blast or the initial leather pop off your skin, maybe. But then when it dries down, like for for the warmer weather, it should be straight. You know what I'm saying? So a year-rounder, probably leaning a little bit more towards the cooler weather. So that was one of the joints in the bag that I got a sample of, and that's what I decided to use my voucher on. So that's Tom Ford's Ombre leather. The sample cologne sampler bag, whatever, from Sephora, I think it's like $72. I don't think I paid anything for shipping, and I got it like within like 2 to 3 days. Like I think I ordered it like on a Saturday when I saw that video, and then it was here Monday. So it came pretty fast. It has that Prada Luna Rosa Ocean that I really, really, really love. If they didn't have the Tom Ford Ombre leather, that's probably what I would have got. If not, I would have got the light blue, the Dolce & Gabbana. It's a different joint though. Also has Dylan Blue, which I already have. Also has Paco Rabanne Phantom, which I already have. Aqua di Gio, which I have the decan of Aqua di Gio, and I have Profundo. Has this Valentino, which honestly wasn't really feeling. Like it didn't last on my skin very long, and it was like, So, and some other joints in there, man. Like, so get the sampler bag, man. See what you like. It's still available on the site. I'll have the link listed below. Cop that joint and then go to your local Sephora. I even think that you can, if you don't have a local Sephora, you can order it and use that voucher online and they'll ship it right to you. So 2 ways to get it, man. What do I think about the Tom Ford Ombre leather? I like it. I wouldn't have got it if I didn't like it, but I think it's definitely dope. Definitely gonna get a lot of burn from me during the cold weather. Probably gonna wear it to work on Tuesday or Wednesday just to see if I pick up any compliments or see what people got to say about it. Just, you always got to get other people's opinions and whatnot, but it's dope to me. See, yeah. So that leather has settled down a little bit, and everything else is starting to come through. All that cardamom, that jasmine, the moss and patchouli, and all that good stuff. You're starting to pick that up now. So it's a dope fragrance, man. I definitely think it's worth the $72. I'm not sure exactly what the 50 ml of Tom Ford retails, but the damn show ain't $72. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this is a steal. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what you decide to get, you spend the $72, decide to get something else, spend the $72, decide to get this joint. Either way, I think it's a pretty good deal. So that's Tom Ford Ombre leather and the Sephora Favorites cologne sampler bag. Get 12 samples and a little tote thing. You can put your toiletries and stuff in when you travel. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's it. Short and sweet. Again, Nobody, it wasn't anybody that I recognized in the community that did this. Y'all guys are solid. I love y'all. I know I don't have to say this to us. We're the adults in the room, but there's some, a-holes out there that, try to get a rise out of folks. And it just won't be, necessarily tolerated around this joint. Like, I can't say anything back. I think you pretty much know that. But what I'll do is block you. Create another joint, I'll block you again. So, I don't mind the discord between, people, between me and other people, you know what I'm saying? We're not all going to see eye to eye on certain things, you know what I'm saying? Especially apparently when it comes to that joint from DXL, because people apparently love it. I got the first batch. Maybe they changed it in these other releases. I don't know. Am I going to give it another shot? Nope. So, but hey, you like it? Cool. Rock it. You know what I'm saying? We can agree to disagree, but there's no reason to absolutely get disrespectful to me or to anybody else in this community, man. Let's keep it 100% love for fragrances, 100% love for each other. Let's hold each other down because we all we got, baby. Anyway, we're at 300 subscribers. Remember what I said? When we get to 5, I'm giving gift certificates away. So we got 200 more to go, man. So like I always say, man, share it with your peoples. Don't you dare let your peoples be funky, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and tell them to tell more friends, man. So once we get to 5, man, we'll do the raffle thing, and I'll give out a fragrance. You know what I'm saying? WAFS on the WinstonBox.com. Save you a little money. Get 4 items. Check out the podcast we ain't found. New episode should be coming next week. It's an episode that we actually did with the fellas from the Winston Box that's up right now. Check it out. Let me know what y'all think. If you already got the sampler bag, let me know what you ended up copping or what you're thinking about copping if you haven't copped it yet. And if you haven't, once you get it, come back. Let your boy know what you think. Anyway, folks, love you. That's it. Until the next time, y'all be easy. Peace. See if it works. They're not going to.